What's going on, 49er faithful, 49er fan, 49er gang? This is your boy, Niner Gang Podcast, back in the building with another video. So I know this is probably like the worst timing. It's the most impromptu video ever. Game is about to start in about, 25 minutes? But I definitely had to give y'all a preview show, strictly based on the fact that I didn't get a chance to get to it. Had a lot going on today, man. You know what I'm saying? So got to definitely come in and hang out with my peoples and see what's going on. So what I'm going to do for y'all is we're going to take a look at the injury report and look at a couple of different things really fast and see what we got going on. So just to start, for today, the inactives for the 49ers are going to be Eric Armstead, Nick Zakelj, Kamoko Toure, Curtis Robinson, TDP, and Samson Ebukam. Now, of course, you know that TDP is inactive. Why? Because Elijah Mitchell's finally back. So it just looks great, man. You know, when it comes down to it, we know that both of them have, a lot of things going on, and both teams are very, very injured. It's really frustrating from both sides of the fence. So, you know, you only pray that you can do what do what you need to do. So for the Chargers, it is Easton Stick, Dustin Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Trey Pipkins III, Mike Williams, Keelan Doss, and Chris Rump II. So those are their inactives. So as far as our inactives, I mean, these are the people that we kind of anticipated wouldn't be in the game. You're not really going to be too worried about these dudes. And then at the same time, when you look at it from a straight-up standpoint, it's a little frustrating as it pertains to the game because we need some of these guys in there. But offensively, we have every fucking body. What's going on, Dave? What's up, JR? Offensively, we have everybody that we need. We really aren't missing anyone, okay? So literally our whole offense is out there. Our whole offensive line is out. Like nobody's in. Offensively, we are blessed and highly favored. Defensively, we still got a couple people that we got to work through, but Dre Greenlaw is back in, so you won't see Oren Burks out there. Damn, J.R. Meadows out here predicting the seriousness. He came with it. He said 37-7. It ain't no joke. Ain't no game. We finna make it happen. I like it, man. So in this game, honestly, the Chargers have one of the worst run defenses in the league. So what are we going to do? Run the ball. And if I have a mix of Elijah Mitchell and CMC, I'm running the ball all day. I might not even throw a fucking pass. If they can't stop it, there's no reason for me to even go away from it. So you have to look at it like that. It's like if the run is working, why not stick with it? You know what I mean? It's like, it's like going away from a game plan that you know is going to win you the game just because you can, and you don't want to do that. You know, I mean, hopefully this is a game that we get a chance to look at the situation from one spectrum and the other, and we can take a look at if we can even put in, a little Brock Purdy in the end because it's garbage time. We can, mop the floor with these cats. But let's do a couple of little comparisons really quick while we have some time right before the game, and take a look at some numbers and compare some things. To be honest with you, when I'm looking at it from an offensive standpoint, I'm going to give the nod to us because the Chargers are just way too injured. From a defensive standpoint, I have to take the nod. From a special team standpoint, they probably got a better special teams than we do. I don't really know because I don't look at special teams that deep. But the other thing is, those are the three phases of the game. So if they're only winning special teams, they're going to have to do a hell of a lot. And our special teams is okay. It ain't great, but it's all right. It's all right. So when you make a comparison to the, one team versus the other, let's just kind of go, spot for spot, skill for skill. Let's just take a look at things and figure out what we got. Now, I'm not even going to waste my time trying to make it seem like that I feel like Justin Herbert isn't a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo because he is. He pretty much is. Justin Herbert has a cannon for an arm. He's got great deep ball accuracy, something that Jimmy Garoppolo just does not possess. But in that same vein, we are blessed to be able to have a guy who can just dink and dunk, and we have so many yak bros on our team that make him look a lot better than what he normally would look like in any other offense. Because if you look at it from a broad spectrum, Jimmy Garoppolo, technically speaking, is an average quarterback in a super above average offense, and that's the thing. So he can only do so much. Like, they tried to take several deep shots down the field. It ain't happening. Hell, I mean, even the ball that he threw to Ross Dwelly, you had to loft that. And he still, a couple of passes that he tried deep, and then, of course, there have been some drop passes, but at the same time, deep ball accuracy is about putting the ball where only the receiver can get it. He doesn't do that, and we all understand and know that. So it's not like we're going to continue to complain about it or bitch or moan about it. It just is what it is. But Herbert, to me, is the better quarterback of the two. Jimmy looked good in a couple weeks ago versus the Rams, but I mean, when you don't have to throw much and you have the options to be able to do what you need to do as far as that goes, then you can't really complain. And you can't be too upset because you're doing everything that you can to be able to make this stuff work. So with that being said, obviously we're going to give the nod to Justin Herbert. Herbert right now is at 2,254 yards. Jimmy Garoppolo has been playing since the second game of the season, and that man has 1,691. So that tells you they throw the ball a lot more when it comes down to it. 66.1% completion percentage for Jimmy Garoppolo and 66.4 for Justin Herbert. So not too far in the completion percentage. Averaging about 6.8 yards per throw. So Jimmy Garoppolo gets a nod in that because Herbert's at 6.4. When you look at yards per game, Justin Herbert is at 281.8. Jimmy Garoppolo is at a measly one. He is at a – oh, how did that happen? What are we doing? This is the 49ers stats. Why do I have Mac? Okay, I need to refresh this page. It gave me Bailey Zappi and Brian Hoyer. I'm like, what in the fuck is going on? Got to refresh. There we go. So Jimmy Garoppolo's at a measly 1,691, 1,691 yards. He adds about 241 yards per game. He has 11 TDs and 4 interceptions. He's been sacked 15 times. And Justin Herbert has 13 TDs and 5 interceptions. He's been sacked 10 times. So both of our offensive lines keep the quarterback very clean. That's a good thing. And Justin Herbert is the least sacked quarterback in the league. And actually, no, I take that back. He can't be. Well, yeah, he is. Yeah. He is. He's the least sacked quarterback in the league. So when it comes to the passing game, of course, we're going to give the nod over to the Chargers as far as the quarterback is concerned. When we look at everything else, we're going to have to look at the guys who are here, who are playing, and that's the unfortunate part because some of these things were, technically speaking, you kind of sway it in either direction, but that's how it works. So Austin Eckler is the running back for the Los Angeles Chargers, and we have Christian McCaffrey, we've got Debo, we got TDP. There's a variety of running backs, but you're going to see a lot of Christian McCaffrey, and you're going to see Elijah Mitchell for the second time this year. So right now, CMC's got 132 yards on 26 carries. He's averaging 5.1 yards per carry, and he has a touchdown. So right now, the only other person there that I mentioned that you could really talk about would have been Deebo Samuel. He's averaging 5.8 yards per carry. He also has a rushing TD. So, we want to take a look at those things to see what we can do. But this game, you're going to see, when it comes to the run game for us, you're going to see a ton of Christian McCaffrey and a ton of Elijah Mitchell. Those are going to be the two main backs in the game. Hopefully you don't see Deebo in the backfield at all. If you do, hopefully it's something that Shanahan cooked up and drew up to make sure that he throws the defense off, something like that, and it's not just obvious that Deebo is going to run the ball because it's pretty much what happens. So when it comes to that, you flip over to Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler has 427 yards on the season, averaging 4.4 yards per carry. That's great. He has 6 touchdowns, does have 2 fumbles and 1 lost. So it's not that bad. You know what I mean? He has 6 TDs. He's working. He's doing what he needs to do, and I can't be mad at that. So then you flip over. So for me, honestly, because we have running back by committee and we have so many backs, I'm going to still give the nod to us as far as the 49ers for the run game in general, because our run game is going to be way more dynamic than what they're going to bring. And plus their run defense is ass. So it gives us the opportunity to be able to do what we need to do. So with that being said, give me just a hot second. I'm trying to do something really fast. Sorry. Paste. All right. So with that being said, we're going to slip over to the wide receivers. So Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are not playing in this game. So you automatically get the nod as far as the wide receivers go over to the 49ers, only because our wide receivers have been healthier and they're actually all playing this year. So when you look at it from a wide receiver standpoint, Ayuk is our leading receiver. And then you look at the next person in line is going to be Debo. Then right after that, you got Kittle, you got Juwan Jennings. Even Juice has 153 yards. Ray McLeod's over 100 yards. Ross Dwelly's over 100 yards. Right now, as far as the touchdowns go, BA's got 4. Debo's got 2. George Kittle has 2. So all in all, those are going to be your main guys every week. We all know how this works. JJ is that random third down wide receiver where you throw something in and he just automatically looks and boom, and you see him, he's there, he makes plays. So those are great receivers. All of those dudes are making plays. Juwan Jennings hasn't scored a touchdown yet. But, I mean, when you look at it, Ray McLeod scored. Ross Dwelly scored. Christian McCaffrey has a receiving touchdown. Tevin Coleman, even though he's gone, has a receiving touchdown. I think he's on the practice squad still, possibly. So there are just different things that are happening that work with us. And then when you flip over to the Chargers and you look at it, you got Mike Williams. He's their leading receiver with 494 yards, 3 TDs. And then look at their next leading receiver. Who is it? The dual threat Austin Ekeler. 381 yards catching. He's averaging about 6.3 yards per catch, but he does have 4 TDs. So he has 10 touchdowns in total. So that's actually pretty good for him. Joshua Palmer most likely is a guy that we're going to have to look at in this game because of Keenan Allen not being available, along with Mike Williams not being available. So when you're looking at their receiving, Keenan Allen only has played 2 games. So he's unfortunately not been a factor just due to injury and whatnot. Austin Ekeler's leading the team with 4 TDs. Mike Williams is right behind him, but once again, he's not playing. Gerald Everett, the tight end, has 2 touchdowns. Joshua Palmer has 1, and DeAndre Carter has a touchdown. So when you look at it from that standpoint, what happens? It's a situation of everyone doing what they can, but when your leading receiver is Mike Williams and then you drop down and your next leading receiver is going to be Austin Ekeler, your running back, that tells you that he definitely had some injuries at the receiver position because he keys in on one guy. Who jinxed us? What are you talking about? Who jinxed what? What are you talking about, Tommy? Let me see real quick. What you talking about? Hey, man, this is impromptu, Christian. I definitely did not – this was not planned. I've been out all day. So I threw the link in there for you, bro, if you want to come in and say something real quick. Everyone picked a night. Oh, nah, man, we ain't worried about that, bro. People picked us to win a lot of games before. So, I mean, and then at the same time, Tommy, can you blame them? Look at the game. Look at the situation. So it's all good. Once again, to my guys out there, because I know Christian was like, oh, damn, D, I like that. It's not like I literally have been out all day long. If you see when I went live, I've only been live for 15 minutes. And I'm just trying to squeeze in a nice little preview show. But back to the business. I put the link over there in our group chat in the WhatsApp. So if you want to come through, Christian, come hang out for a minute, have a couple of quick words before we get into this game. It's all good, brother. You know it's all love. It ain't nothing. So Crazy Juice, let's go. So basically, let's get back to it. When you look at the Chargers, we're going to have to look at a bunch of no-name guys that we're going to have to basically defend. Joshua Palmer, DeAndre Carter, Michael Brady, Jalen Guyton, and probably some guy named Jason Moore Jr. Like, these are a bunch of nobodies that we have to look at it. I wasn't available for the FF pod, bro. I truthfully was not. I was out and about, bro. So I wasn't trying to ditch nobody. I was out and about, man. I've been out all day, and believe me, the freeways in Arizona suck because on the weekends, long story short, they cut off a lot of the freeway because that's when they do their road work. So they've been doing a lot of work on the 10. It's all fucked up. But I have not been home to really be able to get in there. So it wasn't nothing against y'all, man. Y'all know it's all love over there. My dogs at the Hive, man, they always give me shit. So we flip to the other side of the ball, man. Like, so for us, I mean, they know the usual suspects that we have: Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Jennings. You know, probably even a little bit of McLeod. That's all. They know those are the guys that we're gonna be throwing the ball to. Like, if I'll tell you right now, these are the people that have caught a pass for the 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Juwan Jennings, Kyle Juszczyk, Ray McLeod, Ross Dwelly, Jefferson Jr., Christian McCaffrey, Tevin Coleman, and Tyler Kroft. So that tells you we don't spread the ball like to every single person, and we didn't have that many people. Hey, the Hawks lost, man. Look, the Cowboys lost. Are you fucking serious? Yeah, no. You know what's really pissing me off? You know what? I'm gonna stop this for a quick moment. The fucking Lions. You bitches jinxed me. I don't know how many games in a row, and I said I wasn't picking you motherfuckers all for the rest of the year. You come out and have a 2-game fucking winning streak. Fuck you, Lions. Fuck you, Detroit. Fuck you. Not the people in Detroit, but the Lions specifically, because you bastards screwed me for weeks on end, and now you just start going on a goddamn run. But I'm sticking to my script. I'm not gonna change it. I'm gonna keep the same fucking energy. Yeah, they'll fuck up eventually. Goddamn Lions over here winning games and shit. What the fuck is going on in the world? Anyway, back to that. Sorry, there's a lot of F-bombs in there, but it is what it is. All right, so when you switch over to the defensive side of the ball, like, the one thing that I can say is at full strength, the Chargers defense is crazy formidable. You've got Name, you got Joey Bosa, you got Khalil Mack Daddy of himself, you got Derwin motherfucking James. Like, you got some ballers on defense. You had J.C. Jackson and Asante Samuel Jr. Like, you have players. They're not on the field. And that's the unfortunate part, man. So when you look at the Chargers defense right now, when you look at the sacks and whatnot, Khalil Mack is leading with 6. Right after that, you have actually Derwin James has 3 sacks. Looks like Drew Tranquil, the linebacker, he's got 3 sacks. Nick Bosa is out. He hasn't been playing a lot. Sorry, Joey Bosa. Look, now I'm fucking up like the commentators and shit. So basically you have that. Then you look at the interceptions. That's where it starts to come into play. They have 7 interceptions as a team. The Chargers do. So Dre Tranquil has 1. Kenneth Murray, the linebacker, has 1. Asante Samuel Jr. has 1. Nasir Adderley, a safety, he's got an interception. Bryce Callahan, the cornerback, has 2. And looks like Alohi Gilman has 1. So that's 7 interceptions as a squad right there, man. And that's not to be scoffed at or laughed at or looked over. You know what I mean? And then when you go over to the 49ers, I believe we have 6 in total. So we're right behind them. Huff has 3. Charvarius Ward Mooney Ward has 1. Gibson's got 1, and Emmanuel Mosley had the other one that he took back to the house for a TD. Shout out to Emmanuel Mosley and winding up, with the season-ending injury. But we love him. We're praying for him. We hope he gets better. Same thing for JV. Yes, Ward does not have the club on his hand anymore. What's going on, Melissa? So everybody that's playing for us today that came off of either IR or off of being injured, that's actually going to be playing in the game, is fully healthy and ready to go. Like, there's no questions asked about these dudes, man. We're ready to go. They're ready to be on the field. So for the Chargers, they've got several injuries, and it definitely sucks because what happens is You have no Joey Bosa. There was another guy. What is his name? He was their run stuffer, and he wound up getting injured too. I think he was a Johnson. He's a Johnson, if I'm not mistaken. I just can't remember his name. But still, you have to go up against Derwin James. You still got to go up against Asante Samuel Jr. You still got to think about Khalil Mack, the Mac Daddy. Yes, it was Austin Johnson, the defensive tackle. He went down, and he was their guy. You still got Kyle Van Noy. J.C. Jackson is out. Joey Bosa out. And that's what I'm saying. So some of the guys that are here are their main contributors when it comes down to it. And that's basically what we're seeing as it pertains to such. So I'm going to bring in my Jersey buddy, you know what I'm saying, right now, because I see him in the back, right? He got a little sun pop, dog. You know, so my boy B-Dub's in the building, you know what I'm saying?
What's up?
It up. You know, we lancing it up over here, you know what I'm saying? That's the future. So we're going to roll with it, Brandon.
What's up? What's up? You ready for this game?
Oh yeah, man. I'm super charged up, man. I was just talking about the defense and everything, taking a look and seeing what the options are because their defense is beat up. But the crazy thing is, as beat up as their defense is, all of their playmakers, technically speaking, from a statistical standpoint, are playing in this game. Mm-hmm. Derwin James, Khalil Mack, Asante Samuel Jr., the linebacker that I just named. What is this dude's name? His name is Drew Tranquil. He's playing, you know what I'm saying? So, like, their actual playmakers aren't the bigger names. Mm-hmm. It's the guys that are actually going to be on the field. So we still have to look out for these dudes. Cook Sports, what's going on? Hey, what's going on, Flo, right? So everything that happens is definitely there, man. You know, as far as their defense goes, their offense is what's suffering, but they don't have nobody. Literally, all we have to do is stop Austin Ekeler. Now, that's not a walk in the park. I am not by any stretch of the imagination telling anyone that is an easy task. Because Austin Ekeler got 10 touchdowns on the motherfucking season. Mm-hmm. He's got 4 rushing and 6 receiving. So this is a true dual threat running back. Yes, that is a hard sell. You got to be on top of that. You got to be ready for it. And then at the same time, you got to be leery of these no-name receivers. We don't know who the fuck these dudes are. We don't know what they're capable of. We don't know how they move. You don't have film on guys you've never fucking seen. Mind you that, you know, he's done everything. James Durnall, what's going on? Nice to see you, man. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate you dropping by. We got Dre Greenlaw, Elijah Mitchell, Jimmy Ward. Even though he played in the club, I consider him fully healthy. We have Juice back. Like our whole offense.
Speaking of Ward, he actually has the club off.
Yeah, the club is off. Yeah, I saw that he was practicing without it. Yeah. So for you, James, that's basically our whole offense is fully healthy. We are missing no one. Everybody is healthy. On defense, the only people that we're missing currently is Armstead and Kinlaw. Those are pretty much the main guys. Is Sampson playing or is he?
No,
out?
He's out.
He's out, right? Okay. Yeah, so we're missing literally 3 defensive line starters. But you know what that means if there's no Sampson? That means Drake Jackson. Let me tell y'all something. For any Charger fans that may watch this stream, Nick is already fast coming off the edge. You know the bigger problem? Drake is faster. Mm-hmm. Drake Jackson's got more speed than Nick Bosa. So you can't imagine this collapsing pocket coming from the edges. And then you just put some nice hogs in the middle. We'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Like, I am hyped for this game. We got about 5 minutes till it starts. So I'm going to run through this real quick for us on defense. Of course, we got the usual suspects. We got Fred Warner, Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga, Mooney Ward, Diamador Lenore. We got Gip back there. Nick Bosa is playing. Emmanuel Mosley's on IR, but we love him and we're praying for him. Shout out to Jason Verrett. We praying for you too, brother. Wish you a speedy recovery. Whatever you do in your future, man, is perfectly fine. I just don't think it's football, man. I think, unfortunately, his body is very fragile. Mm-hmm. And it's just – the man literally has played 13 games in a season twice. 2 times. And the shitty part about that is, do you know what that time Brandon, you know how long it was in between that? 5 years. He played 13 games one season, and then 5 years later with us in 2020, when everybody and their mama was injured, when we had the most money on fucking IR, the year we would love to forget. Everybody would love to forget 2020, just in general, because COVID and all that bullshit.
Exactly.
We had the most people on IR, the most money. And what happened? Jason Verrett fully healthy. When we ain't got a shot in hell and shit. It was the worst thing in the world. But once again, nothing but prayers out to you, man. My heart goes out to you. You know, much love to you and your family. Hopefully everything works out for you. Me personally, nothing against Jason Verrett, but I'm going to tell you right now, man, it's probably time to let it go. I wouldn't re-sign him if I'm a GM, and it's nothing against him from a personal standpoint because I don't know him as a man for me to say anything like that. I'm just saying from a player standpoint, I need guys on the field that are going to make plays, and you're not on the field, so it's very unfortunate. You know,
Chargers are receiving the ball.
Oh, they receiving? Look at this. Joey with the shit again. But hey, man, this game is about to start. I am going to jump off of here. Silverback and others walking to the stadium where everybody probably was, man, because they love the dude. And that's how we move as a unit at 49ers. We do that. So I'm going to jump off, but I'm going to tell you right now, X Factor for the Chargers is going to be Austin Eckler. X Factor for us is our whole motherfucking offense because we are fully healthy. So you don't know where it's coming from. The one thing I can quote Jimmy G on is pick your poison. Mm-hmm. It's all facts. So we are going to go and watch this game. Let's motherfucking go. And if this game is anywhere near a blowout, we're going to go live after the game.
I'm down.
If it's not a blowout and it's too close, I'm just going to take my black ass to sleep, call it a day. I'm going to call a 49ers win. I'm going to say about 30 to 10. That's my score, and I think we good. I was already sitting down. Hey, peace and blessings to everyone. Watch the game. Have fun. Nothing but love. Niner gang over everything. We out. Peace.